History usually records collapse through wars, invasions, and revolutions. But one of the most devastating events ever to affect human civilization left no armies, no conquerors, and no single battlefield. Instead, it appears in scattered records, environmental data, and sudden breaks in progress across continents. It occurred in 536 AD. Contemporary sources from the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, the Middle East, and East Asia all describe the same anomaly: the sun dimmed. Not briefly, but persistently. The Byzantine historian Procopius noted that the sun gave forth its light without brightness. Chinese chronicles recorded frost and snowfall during the summer months. Irish annals documented years of crop failure and famine. These accounts were written independently, yet they describe the same conditions. For centuries, historians treated these reports as exaggerations. That changed with modern climate science. Ice core samples extracted from Greenland and Antarctica reveal a massive spike in volcanic sulfates beginning in 536 AD, followed by another major eruption around 540. These eruptions injected enormous quantities of ash and sulfur dioxide into the upper atmosphere, creating a global veil that reflected sunlight and sharply reduced temperatures. Tree ring data from Europe, Asia, and North America confirms this, showing some of the slowest growth rates in the last 2,000 years. The result was a sudden climate collapse. Average temperatures in the Northern Hemisphere dropped by up to 2.5 degrees Celsius. Growing seasons failed. Harvests collapsed year after year. Food shortages turned into mass famine, and weakened populations became vulnerable to disease. Within a decade, the world was struck by the plague of Justinian, which killed tens of millions and permanently altered the demographic structure of the Roman world. The Eastern Roman Empire entered a long-term decline. Tax systems broke down. Cities shrank or were abandoned. Trade networks fractured. In Europe, the catastrophe accelerated the end of classical urban life and pushed societies toward localized survival economies. In Central Asia, environmental stress contributed to large-scale migrations that reshaped political boundaries for centuries. What makes this catastrophe remarkable is not just its scale, but its invisibility in traditional narratives. There was no single year labeled as a collapse. No monument marking the disaster. Instead, historians recorded symptoms: famine, unrest, plague, without recognizing the underlying cause that connected them. This was not a temporary setback. Archaeological evidence shows that many regions took over a century to recover previous population and productivity levels. In some areas, they never did. New political systems, new religious movements, and new power structures emerged in the vacuum left behind. Human civilization did not advance smoothly through the 6th century. It stalled, contracted, and then rebuilt along different lines. The catastrophe of 536 AD reminds us that history is not shaped only by human decisions. Sometimes, it is shaped by forces far larger, forces that leave no ruins, no scars on stone, but permanently alter the path of civilization, and because it left no single dramatic moment. It became one of the most consequential events humanity almost forgot.